What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some big news on the quarterback battle, as it appears things have shaken up, as Davis Warren could potentially be the guy, but it's not certain yet. We go over all the latest there, plus some good news for Michigan on revenue sharing. Also go over Michigan hiring a new staffer, and the latest on the offensive line and defensive line, as Grant Newsome and Lou Esposito spoke with reporters Wednesday leading up to the game against Fresno State. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we got some big time news to talk about on the quarterback battle for Michigan. That is right, we are just one day away. Michigan season opener is tomorrow, and we are still not sure who will be the starting quarterback for Michigan. It is between Alex Orji and Davis Warren, and while many believed Alex Orji would be the starting quarterback to start out against Fresno State, with, Davis Warren also getting snaps in the game as well, it appears that Davis Warren could be the starting quarterback tomorrow. There's been some rumors on it recently. Now, Sherrod Moore earlier in the week said that he will inform the quarterback later in the week, that they won the job. So by now, the coaches may know who's going to be the starter, probably already informed him. However, it hasn't been announced yet. Sherrod Moore said, they could announce it Friday or on game day, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just, let it ride and just let everyone find out who's going to be quarterback right at kickoff. And in his press conference earlier in the week, he said that Michigan is close to making a decision, but he said we'll just see who practices better these next couple days and then we'll make a decision. So I think when Sherrod Moore said that, I think people really realized, like, okay, this battle is actually really close between Alex Orji and Davis Warren. But according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, he said that those close to the program who had said that they believed Alex Orji would take the first snaps against Fresno changed their tunes, and that Warren had simply played better during separation week, which was this week, and had earned many more snaps recently. And they also say that Warren has just been throwing the ball better more often in camp, which we have mentioned before, that Davis Warren, according to practice observers, he was the better passer of the quarterbacks. However, Alex Orji was also impressing with his legs and could also make those wow throws at times. He was just a bit more inconsistent. So we are not for sure who's going to be the starter against Fresno State, but that is the latest we have. And when we find out, whether it's later today or tomorrow leading up to game time, it's going to be interesting. But Kurt Campbell has said before, in the past, that whoever is quarterback for Michigan, Alex Orji is going to get the ball, and they're going to use him in some sort of way in their offense, regardless, whether or not he is the starting quarterback or not. And you never know, you could see Alex Orji come in, using certain packages for him, especially if a team can't stop the run. Just adding Orji in there and just running the ball, doing option plays, it can be hard to stop, especially with a player like Alex Orji. But pretty interesting there. A little shake up to the quarterback battle. Davis Warren could be the starter tomorrow, but we will find out for sure soon enough. Also, real quick here, if you guys missed my preview video for the Michigan Fresno State game, make sure to go ahead, check that out. We go over everything you guys need to know about that matchup, an in-depth preview, keys to the game, key players, predictions, everything you need to know about the Michigan Fresno State week 1 matchup. But the next thing I did want to talk about is some very good news on revenue sharing for Michigan. We all know that it is coming to college athletics in the near future, and Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel did speak with the Michigan Insider, and he talked about revenue sharing for Michigan, and he said that Michigan plans to start distributing $23.5 million among student athletes annually starting in 2025, which is the maximum amount schools will be allowed to distribute once the NCAA settlement goes into effect at the beginning of the 2025-26 academic year. So we've talked about this before in the past. This is going to be absolutely huge for Michigan, and obviously should help, with recruiting and the recruiting battles they're losing due to NIL, with all these schools, paying recruits up front. Meanwhile, Michigan isn't doing that and isn't doing it compared to how other schools are doing it. So very good news there. Also wanted to talk about real quick here, according to Matt Zenitz of 24/7 Sports, Michigan is expected to hire former Vanderbilt running backs coach Jaden Everett. So that should be a very nice addition to the staff for Michigan. So some good news there. And then also former Michigan running back Hassan Haskins did get picked up by the Los Angeles Chargers, and he will be reuniting with Jim Harbaugh. He was recently cut this week by the Tennessee Titans, and then one day later he was picked up by Jim Harbaugh, so very, very cool there. And then I also wanted to talk about Michigan's offensive line, as the offensive line coach Grant Newsome did speak with reporters Wednesday. He talked about the competition at right tackle and center. He said, "We feel really good about multiple guys, both at that center position and that right tackle position. I feel like we've got really, truthfully, 3 guys at each of those positions that can go out and we can win a lot of games with." He also said that he does feel like the offensive line is 9 to 10 players deep. He said, "I feel like we're in a good position where we can roll out multiple guys in most positions and be really, really competitive and have full trust in those guys. It's a credit to the guys in the room. I think they're hungry." So encouraging news there about the offensive line. And obviously, there has been question marks heading into the season, but if we were talking about any other team, losing their whole starting offensive line, I feel like a lot of fans, would panic. But here at Michigan, they lost the whole starting offensive line, including a backup, but there doesn't really seem to be a sense of worry. And I think the offensive line is going to be just fine and should be a very good offensive line. I've said it before, Sherrone Moore, as long as he's the head coach, I think the offensive line is always going to be good here at Michigan. That's what he prides himself on. That's why his saying is smash. But obviously this offensive line, I'm sure they're going to want to prove themselves, and they get a good first chance to do it against Fresno State, who actually has a pretty decent defensive line. Should be a good first test for the Michigan offensive line. Then also Lou Esposito, Michigan's defensive line coach, spoke with reporters Wednesday, spoke about the younger players and the players who are going to provide depth for Michigan. Ike Iwana, and Trey Pierce. He said they have really grown from the spring. Also talking about Rashawn Benny, if they're comfortable playing him. He said, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff. There's a long training camp, but Benny's been here a long time, so we feel comfortable about putting him out there. He also talked about 2 freshmen on the defensive line, Dominic Nichols, Lugard Edokpe. He said they're really excited about both of them. Now, we've talked about Dominic Nichols before. He has been impressing. He could be an impactful freshman that plays, and he has been a freshman said to be ahead of schedule compared to others. But Lugard Edokpe, he said that he is just an absolute freak, athletic freak. He also, Lou Esposito, did talk about the offensive line. He said, they continually get better and better and better. It's amazing to me how they move guys in and out, and it's like they don't even skip a beat, and they just lean on you, which has been great for us because we get an opportunity to see those guys every day in practice, which has been awesome. So obviously, iron sharpens iron. You'll love to hear that. But with that, that's gonna wrap up today's video. We are one day away, and we get to watch the defending national champions finally take the field for the first time in the 2024 season. Absolutely cannot wait, and it should be another great season for Michigan football. But with that, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. If you guys did go ahead to enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and comment your score predictions down below for tomorrow's matchup against Fresno State. Mine is 34-7, and also subscribe for more if you're new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.